What's up, guys? This is Chad at All Dogs Off-Road, and we've got a little bit of an impromptu video for you today. We're seeing a lot of guys that are starting to build heavier overlander camping style builds out of the bed of their truck. For instance, I'm running a Super Pacific camper and the bed of mine that weighs about 350 pounds. Now, when guys are doing this, you're adding weight to the bed of the truck, but you're also bringing height, and you're going to get quite a bit of sideward motion, forward rock and back, and that sort of thing. And what we've seen on the internet is there have been a number of users that have actually had an issue with their forward passenger bed mount, and it just happens that I also had this issue. So this is going to make for a good, quick little educational video, and you're going to join us with some, join along with us for some R&D as we develop a reinforcing plate. My truck in the video you'll see here is probably going to be like a little bit of a redneck hack job to strengthen this situation, but while we are apart, we're going to take measurements for an appropriately built and fabricated piece that we'll eventually be offering for sale, because this is an issue. We've seen it both in second-gen Frontiers and in third-gen Frontiers. And the issue specifically is that when Nissan built this specific bed mount on this side of the truck, they're using one very thin piece of sheet metal, whereas on all the three other connecting points on the driver's side and the rear passenger, everything seems to be doubled up or stronger. So what's happening is you're getting some tearing at the sheet metal here that can fully rip, and then you end up with this corner of the bed not securely mounted to the frame. So what you have here is a protective cap that we're actually gonna use an air hammer and remove here in just a minute, just to give us more working room and more visibility on the issue. But back here where my finger is, you'll see probably about a 2 or 2.5 inch long crack, and then also we have a secondary crack showing up right here closer to the bolt mount. So we are having tearing or cracking at the corner, and then also about a 1/2 inch to the left where sheet metal is also tearing right here. So we just removed this bracket from the bed mount here, and it looks like the nut that holds the bed to the frame is loose, and it rests under this bracket here that's welded at the front and back. You'll see the back has already torn off, and it looks like it's been torn for some time. There's a little bit of corrosion there. And then here's the front that we just air hammered and ripped off. I believe that this retains the nut and washer assembly loosely, so that when they assemble the factory, they have some body line adjustment, and then they probably secure everything down once they have the bed in place. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to work on getting this body mount bolt loose. It's a little corroded, so we're gonna give it some PB Blaster, and hopefully we won't have to undo the other bolts. I'm hoping to be able to just get this undone and then put the jack under the sheet metal here and lift up maybe about a 1/2 inch or so, just to give us enough clearance to do some work. So the way that your bed mount works is you have this spot welded to the top of the sheet metal on the bed, and then this bracket here floats underneath. It's not welded or anything like that. So we remove this, and then here is your bed bolt, washer, the rubber isolator. That's your assembly right there, and then you've got a little rubber pad that sits in between your frame and then your bracket of the bed. So now we will try and see if we can jack on the sheet metal here without causing too much damage. So we disconnected the one bolt and we started getting resistance, and we tried to pump the jack. It didn't want to go anywhere. We loosened all the 3 other bolts at the other 3 corners, and now we've got ease of upward movement. Here's the middle of your bed isolator there, just a little chunk of rubber. It feels deformed, but it doesn't feel cracked. I think that's just catching on paint right now. Hello! Ah! So we've kind of broken down the truck to show you the issue that's presented when you start an overland build and how it's going to affect your forward passenger cab mount. Off camera, we're going to probably hammer this flat, because it's pretty well deformed at the moment. So we're gonna get it as flat as we can, probably put some filler weld in, and then we're probably gonna sandwich with plate and then weld the plate in. Now that's just gonna be a one-off fix for this truck, but in another video or later on this week, we're going to work on a laser cut and formed bracket that will basically drop around this piece here, and we'll have sides up that will allow a user to weld and strengthen the area. So keep an eye out for that. But for you guys that are overlanding, we just wanted to show you a real life weak point on the D40, D41 platform. See ya!